Welcome, everyone. My name is Adriana, and I come to you from Black Travelers International. Thank you so much for joining our info session for our 2026, 2027, and 2028 New Year's Eve in Ghana, Accra City Lights. Let's go ahead and get started. If you are new to Black Travelers International, welcome. We are a woman-owned and minority-owned company founded here in Atlanta in 2021, where we're headquartered. And since 2021, we have been in over 25 destinations globally. We have people that join us all over the world from Asia, Canada, other areas in Africa, the Caribbean, and of course, the US. And they meet us there in our destination countries. And we are licensed and fully insured. A little bit about Ghana, West Africa. Ghana is known for its rich culture and vibrant history. It offers a unique experience for travelers. In December, the country comes alive with colorful festivals, music, and dance, making it the perfect time to explore its diverse offerings. From the bustling markets of Accra to the historic forts along the coast, each corner of Ghana tells a story of resilience and tradition. Whether you're enjoying the lively celebrations, tasting local delicacies, or immersing yourself in the music scene, Ghana's festive spirit promises an unforgettable experience. So, why Ghana? In Ghana, you'll experience the vibrant celebrations that is the Afrofuture celebration that falls over the New Year's Eve holiday, cultural traditions, festive atmosphere, and of course, the warm hospitality as we are welcomed home. We will be there in December of 2026. That falls over December 26th to January 3rd of 2027, December 26th of 2027 to January 3rd of 2028, and December 26th of 2028 to January 3rd of 2029. We do have 4 spots remaining on the tour for this December. So if you are interested after seeing this presentation, that you're ready to go ahead and lock in and secure your space for this December, we only have 4 spots left. Our accommodations include an 8-night, 9-day hotel accommodations at the African Region Hotel or similar, a 4-star hotel or similar in the area, and it includes daily breakfast, 5 lunches, and 2 dinners. Some of the highlights of this trip include a visit to the Cape Coast and Door of No Return. That's a sacred and emotional journey to the dungeons and shorelines where history speaks powerfully. This part of the tour is very powerful. It is very emotional. So we tell people bring your tissues because it is one that really goes back in time and gives us a very big look into our history. It also include the farewell celebration dressed in African attire. This trip includes a volunteer opportunity where we're able to give back to the community. And that volunteer opportunity will be chosen as we get closer to the date because it does depend on the need of the community at the time. The trip does include our naming ceremony, which is a very popular highlight of this tour, and which is why a lot of people decide to go with Black Travelers International because we do include this part of the naming ceremony. And that's where you get your Ghanaian name. You're dressed in all white, and it really connects you to the lineage and legacy of Ghana and going back home. The package also includes a gift package from Black Travelers International, as well as your airport and tour transfers in an air-conditioned vehicle. It includes also our welcome dinner on our first night, and the theme is black and gold. Because this trip is over the New Year's Eve holiday, then we do celebrate New Year's in Ghana and we'll be able to bring in the new year there. We'll also take part in the Dedi December festivities, where it's a very big festival season with music, dance, and cultural vibrance. We'll take a tour of Accra, where we'll be able to visit Ghana's capital and see iconic landmarks, bustling markets, and cultural hubs. As always, there will be a Black Travelers International host on the tour to make sure that the experience is as seamless as possible for you. And it does include a visit to the W.E.B. Du Bois Center as well as shopping, because what is a trip without shopping? And so we'll have our shopping time built in where we'll visit local markets and be able to support Ghanaian entrepreneurs. This tour does include discounted festival tickets and transportation. So because we will be visiting over the Dedi December holiday, we'll be there for Afro Future as well as the Cultural Beach Jam and some other festivities. So you'll have access to those as well as transportation, discounted tickets and transportation. So we do have a tentative itinerary. Finalized itineraries will be delivered between 30 to 60 days for our travelers before the trip. So on day one, we arrive and we'll have our Black and Gold welcome dinner. On day two, we will be doing our Accra City tour. We'll be visiting the W.E.B. Du Bois Center, Independence Square, and other iconic landmarks. On day three, we'll do our volunteer project where we'll be giving back to the community, and that'll be night one of the festival. On day four, we'll have a beach day, and that'll be day two of the festival at night. On day five, we'll visit Cape Coast Castle and the Door of No Return. On day six, it's a free day, and that'll have so you'll have enough time to relax during the day and then get ready for the New Year's Eve party at night. On day seven, we'll have an optional excursion, which is the Aburi Botanical Gardens. On day nine, we'll have our naming ceremony and then our farewell dinner at night. And day nine, we will be departing, where we'll be able to share numbers and just promise to stay connected with the people that you have met on this trip. Some of the things that are not included are meals, any meals that I did not mention, alcoholic beverages, personal expenses for souvenirs or anything that you choose to shop for while at the markets, any required COVID testing or immunization costs, traveler's insurance, gratuities or tips for cab drivers or waiters and waitresses, costs for additional excursions that are not included in the package, and then any international and domestic flights to and from your home country. As far as entry requirements, Ghana does require a U.S. passport that's valid for 6 months past your return date and one blank visa page. They do also require a yellow fever vaccination to be taken at least 10 days before you arrive, and that's for U.S. passport holders. For people that are not U.S. passport holders or non-U.S. citizens, please consult with your local embassy. And you can also check with the U.S. State Department's website for more information under entry requirements and health. For anyone that is traveling originated or transitioning through the WHO designated yellow fever country, regardless of citizenships, you may be required to have the yellow fever vaccination. And malaria protection is highly encouraged, is not required, but highly encouraged for extra protection. And they do require a visa in order to enter Ghana. Tour details. So all of our booking can be completed directly on our website, and I'll show you how to navigate that at the end of the presentation. And we do encourage our travelers to purchase cancel for any reason travel insurance to protect your investment. We do provide different vendors as far as who you can look into, but we do recommend getting cancel for any reason travel insurance that will offer a more wide range of coverage, because we do want you to be able to protect your investment, because we do understand that life does happen. Our trips are non-refundable and non-transferable. And this insurance must be purchased within just a few days of making your first deposit for your trip. Payments will be automatically deducted based on the method of the method of payment that you choose at checkout, and you're able to make partial payments at any time before the final payment is due. You can also add on any additional excursions that we may present open, such as the Berry Botanical Gardens. You can add that at any time after you put down your deposit, but before the final payment due date. Please make sure that you read our disclosures very carefully, and that's listed on our booking page as well. And then, like I mentioned before, finalized itineraries will be delivered 30 to 60 days before the trip departs. We have a very special part of Black Travelers International, which is known as our membership. And with our membership, you do unlock a $200 off discount off of any one trip, exclusive for future trip reservations, such as this one, and that's per calendar year. So if you decide, Adriana, I am ready to book this trip to Ghana, and after you do this presentation, you watch this presentation, you go right onto our website, you do have to be a member first. So please make sure that you become a member first so you can get your promo code, and then you can use that promo code on the booking site to receive your $200 off. You also have access to special surprise travel boxes and welcome kits for our top tier members. You also get a $100 credit that you can be used for any future trip for every referral that successfully completes a booking. What that means is you can share as many times, no limit to how many people you can share Black Travelers International with. And once they book with us, you will get a $100 credit once they have successfully completed their booking. So they have paid off their trip in its entirety, and you get a $100 credit that you can use for a future trip that you may have your eye on. You also get members only promos for add-ons and options, as well as spotlight features for members in our community newsletter, social media, or travel blog. So how it works is, like I mentioned, become a member first, and then you'll get your promo code. Once you receive your promo code, go ahead and provide that on the booking page. And once it's applied, it'll automatically take off that $200 off, and then you can go ahead and finish booking because your adventure begins. And the cost for that is $149 for the year. The price for this trip is $55.50 per person for double occupancy. So if you have a roommate, if traveling solo, it is $68.50 per person. And your deposit amount and final payment due date is depending on the payment plan option that you choose at checkout. And please keep in mind, this is a land-only package, no airfare. So we do have some FAQs here that we'll go through just to make sure that it may touch base on some of the questions you may have. So, do you need a visa in order to visit Ghana? This is for U.S. passport holders only. And the answer is yes, you will need a visa for U.S. passport holders. The process is very straightforward, and it will guide you through every step of the way. You will need a valid U.S. passport with at least 6 months past the expiration date and 2 blank visa pages for entry stamps. Please note that Ghana has implemented a new e-visa process this year, which has made the process much more simpler. Does Ghana offer visa on arrival? Per their website, visa on arrival is no longer available. They only offer the e-visas. Do we offer visa assistance? We sure do. Absolutely. BTI does provide personalized visa assistance to ensure that your process is as seamless as possible. So once you book your trip, our team will send you the required documentation, an invitation letter, and a step-by-step checklist to make sure that you can complete your application confidently. Do you need any vaccinations? Yes, you do need a yellow fever vaccination in order to enter into Ghana. We also recommend consulting with your healthcare provider about any malaria prevention and general travel wellness. If you are unable to obtain yellow fever for any medical reason, you will need documentation from your physician. Can you travel solo? Absolutely. Many of our travelers travel solo and leave with lifelong sisters. We offer roommate matching for women only and design every trip to make the connection easy and organic. Are payment plan options available? Yes. Flexible payment options are available to make your yes feel more easeful. We can review the payment calendar and reserve your spot directly on the website. Can men join this experience? Absolutely. And couples are invited as well. What makes our experience different to Ghana? We don't just tour Ghana, we return to it. We feel it. From participating from in the naming ceremony to walking through the door of no return in Cape Coast and supporting local artisans and vendors, this journey blends cultural reconnection and luxury and healing. What language is spoken in Ghana? Many languages are spoken, however, English is widely spoken. What is the currency in Ghana? The Ghanaian CD is the currency. That's GHS. However, credit cards and US dollars are accepted by most establishments, but do keep in mind that MX and Discover Card are not widely accepted. You can also take money out from the ATM and you can receive the country's currency that way. And then if you do choose to bring US dollars, any US dollars used in Ghana must be clean, new, unmarked, and undamaged. Can you obtain the Ghanaian CD in the US from my bank? No. The Ghanaian CD is limited in the US. There are some exchanges that may have it in the States, such as New York City and other airports in the US, but it is easy to exchange the currency. So where you can get it at exchange places, it is difficult to get it from your bank, but it's the easiest to exchange it in Ghana. You can bring your US dollars to exchange at the airport or several other locations in Ghana, and you can also get the CD at the ATM. Large denominations do receive a better exchange rate in Ghana. What's included in your trip package? So your Ghana experience with Black Travelers International includes your premium accommodations, daily breakfast, curated cultural tours, select meals, ground transportation, and the support of our on-the-ground team. Are your airport transfers included? Yes, your airport transfers are included as well as transfers on all of our included tours. What are your options to remain connected while in Ghana? Wi-Fi is readily available at most hotels, and you could purchase a SIM card if you choose at the airport. Keep in mind that some carriers, such as Verizon and AT&T, do allow connectivity in Ghana, so check with your carrier for more information. Let's just say that your doctor recommends that you do not get the yellow fever vaccination. What should you do? Your physician will need to provide you with that documentation that is to be presented upon your arrival in Ghana to a customs agent. Please make sure that you consult your physician for the documentation that's needed. And please keep in mind that yellow fever vaccination must be taken at least 10 days prior to traveling to Ghana. And please note that we are not qualified to provide you with any medical advice. We can only provide you with entry requirements. These entry requirements can also be obtained on the U.S. State Department's website. Our upcoming dates for this Ghana tour for New Year's Eve in Ghana, the Accra City Lights tour, is December 26th of this year to January 3rd of 2027. December 26th of 2027 to January 3rd of 2028, and December 26th of 2028 to January 3rd of 2029. Do we have any questions? Do we have any questions? You can put your question in the chat if you have any questions, and I'll allow you to unmute if you would like. If you had any questions. You can also follow and like us on our Facebook page, Instagram, as well as our website. On Facebook, you can follow us at Black Travelers International. On Instagram, you can follow us at Black Travelers INT. On our website is blacktravelers.int.com. And you can, if you do think of any questions, um, you can email us at info@blacktravelers.int.com. And then our phone number is 1-888-279-9731. We do have a question in the chat. Diane asks, how do we dress? So it is a little warm. You can expect temperatures between about 75 to about 90. So you would want to be in comfortable clothing because it is a bit warm. And then I always recommend people to bring some kind of a sweater or a cardigan or a shawl at night in case you get a little chilly. But in the daytime, it will be pretty warm. I do recommend also to bring comfortable shoes because it is moderate walking. Hopefully that answered your question, Diane. Great question. And I am going to stop sharing for 1 second and I'm going to share our booking page. All right, we have another question. Do we bring evidence of the yellow fever shot? So yes, they'll provide you with that documentation as well. So you'll get like a vaccination card if you've ever had a vaccine, and they'll usually give some kind of a vaccination card. It'll be something like that. Great question. So this is our booking page here, and this was pulled directly from our website on blacktravelers.int.com at the very bottom of the page here. So we'll go, I'll actually walk you guys through. So here is our main page, blacktravelers.int.com. And here you can select group trips, Africa tours, or you can go by year and go to 2026, 27, or 2028. For the sake of this trip, we will go for by region Africa tours. And then I'm going to scroll down because this is specifically our New Year's Eve in Ghana trip. We have 2 rooms available. I'm sorry, 4 rooms available left for the New Year's Eve in Ghana for 2026. And we have some available for our other tours as well for 2027 as well as 2028. So we'll select for this presentation and you just scroll all the way down to the bottom. You'll select this blue button here, book now for our December 26th, 2026 trip to January 3rd, 2027. We'll click on that, and that's how I get to the booking page. So this is our booking page here. And so you'll select double or single occupancy. For double occupancy, if you have a roommate, you'll select that and then put the roommate's name here. If you need to be matched, then how our matching works is that you will select double I need a roommate. We will pair you with anyone that does also need a roommate, and we'll provide a compatibility form to see how you guys are compatible, and then we'll get you guys matched. Now, we do also recommend going into our Facebook group as well, checking with our community to see if there's anyone that may be interested that hasn't booked yet or has booked and is looking for a roommate, and you guys connect that way. If as we get closer to the trip, if you have not been matched at that point, if we don't have anyone that is looking to be matched and you weren't able to connect with anyone in the Facebook group that's looking for this trip that needs a roommate, then you will have to upgrade to single occupancy. So the single occupancy supplement is an additional $1,300, so that'll auto-populate here. So for the sake of this presentation, I'm going to select double I need a roommate. I have a roommate, and that cost was the $55.50. It will populate the payment plan here. Now, if you select two payments, for example, it'll tell you that the payment amount is $2,220. That includes a deposit and then two additional payments. If you select three payments, it includes your deposit and then three payments after that. So please keep in mind that it is actually a deposit and then the three payments. And that does go for any of the trips, including the 2027 and 2028 tours. So if I select that one, and I'll just give you an example. So I will select the New Year's Eve in Ghana Accra City Lights tour for 2027, and I'll scroll all the way down to the bottom and click on the booking page. It will give you more options for payments. So you can select one payment all the way up to 15 payments. And if you select, for example, 15 payments, it'll tell you that your payments will be $51.50. And then what's due today would be $277.50. Your deposit amount that's due today will change depending on the day that you book. So do keep that in mind. And then, of course, the closer that we get to the trip, the less options that you have for a payment plan arrangement. Once you have selected your payment plan option, you'll put in your information. Please make sure that you read our terms and conditions as well as our travel waiver. And then once you put in your card information, then your trip is booked and you can start your planning for your outfits and things like that. So, do we have any last minute questions before we go? All right. If you think of any questions, you can absolutely reach out to us at this 1-888 number that's listed on our website, 1-888-279-9731. And someone from our support team will be able to assist. You can also scroll to the very top of our page here and click on this email button where you can email us at info@blacktravellersint.com. And someone from our support team will be able to assist you with your question. We look forward to seeing you and celebrating New Year's Eve, whether it's this year or 2027 or 2028. We look forward to seeing you in New Year's Eve in Ghana. And I hope you enjoy the rest of your Sunday evening. Thank you so much for joining and have a great night. Thank you.